Hey, Queen. So, do you ever wonder why you have such a difficult relationship to men? Why are men complicated to you? Why do you seem to not understand them? Why is it hard for you? Today, I want to talk to you about an angle that you haven't considered yet, and that is healing your own relationship to the masculine. Healing your own masculine energy and your relationship to the masculine so that you are better able to relate to the masculine. If you can't heal your own masculine energy and all your relationship to it, how can you ever have a positive relationship with the masculine? So, say for example, you had a narcissist father, or a bad father, or maybe your brother, or this or that, or someone in your past. Why Why do you think it's hard to relate to the masculine when you have that figure? So a lot of times when you grew up with a hang up or an experience negative to the masculine, you will develop different aversions to it. So one can be in the way, for example, of you hating to work because your dad never worked, or you thinking that all men are narcissists because your dad was a narcissist, or because earlier in your life you had um, maybe a bad boyfriend or someone that traumatized you in a way that stopped you from going back to your masculine. And that is developing your own masculine energy. For example, having a code of conduct. So you're thinking all men are bad. Well, it turns out that if you had a code of conduct, aka boundaries, even the worst man can be turned into a Prince Charming. Yeah, even the most Prince Charming or the best man in the world can turn into a monster if you don't have any boundaries. There's a predator in every man, and you can activate him. Even the kindest man in the planet needs you to have boundaries or a code of conduct. So, say, for example, that really and truly you believe in, you want to get married in the end. You dream about having an engagement ring and having a wedding and wearing a wedding dress. This is your desire. But you went with whatever he said. He said, well, we're together anyway. What does a piece of paper matter? So, what matters is that we're together and we have a life together. And you go along with it. So, you betrayed your own self because he said so, because you went along with it. So you not having that standard, defending your own standards, how can you ever have a positive relationship to the masculine? You blame this man instead of not your not your own self, because we're not here to blame, we're here to take accountability for our own actions. So your accountability goes in, well, I abide by my standard and I say, you know what? I always dreamt about having a wedding. That's what I want. You stand firm. Okay? So without standing firm, without having that core of steel, which is having, it's part of having a structure. You have a structure to yourself. That is your own masculine energy. So the girl that never wanted to work, had issues making money or keeping money, spending money correctly, having budgets. Perhaps she had some sort of problematic situation in her childhood, whether it be her father. Nobody taught her how to have these structures, but just to herself. So again, when you lack that masculine energy yourself, in your own self, when you don't have the ability to keep yourself safe, who will ever keep you safe? Because you don't know how to keep yourself safe and you don't know what it means. So, you know what's funny? Sometimes it's believed that very people that only people in their victimhood have these problems. But even the most badass women with careers, with a lot of achievements and just things going for them can have some of these issues as well. Not choosing themselves, not having that own different aspects of masculine energy. So what I want to bring to you in this video is the awareness that where in your life, in yourself, are you lacking masculine energy? Is it having a code of conduct, which means having firm beliefs and principles and standards that you have? Where in your life have you lowered your standards for someone else? Hold on, this thing is beeping. Where did you betray yourself for someone else? You didn't choose yourself first? So, as I always say in my coaching, the journey of interpersonal relationships, finding the one, really and truly is a journey of the self. So, if you've had a rough run in with a masculine figure, whether it be in your childhood, teenage years, journal on that and ponder where in your life are you lacking masculine energy yourself. Because a lot of times we think of masculine energy as a woman who is bankrolling a man or going 50-50 or just doing some more obvious masculine things or being in a more obvious masculine role. But even when you see yourself as not being in a masculine role, there can be either a lack thereof or an excess. Because even if you're not bankrolling a man, not even excess, it's just the wrong place to have masculine energy. When you're not bankrolling a man or, things like that, you may be chasing a man, right? So kind of like missing masculine energy in some aspects of yourself, like lacking boundaries and codes of conduct, and having an excess in other areas like excess or misplacement. Like, for example, you chasing a man by just being obsessed with that one man, right? So there's a misconception that either you're a masculine woman or feminine. No, there can be aspects in you that need balancing or adjustment. So I want you to ponder on this. because your own healing to the masculine is what allows you to be successful with the external divine masculine. So I know this sounds boring, the inner work, but it's what it takes. So I'll see you on the next. Bye now.